program Voices with Comrade Ibadin John. And today I will begin by saying that it was Amilcar Cabral that once said that a bird that stays too long on the tree will invite its thorn. And today I want to talk about the military occupation of Africa. Africa has been a very wonderful continent over the years, especially from 1960s when different countries in Africa started getting independence. And before you knew what was happening, most of those leaders were killed, most of those leaders were assassinated, and the military took over before civilian regime started coming bit by bit. But in a long while now, we have discovered that the military regime is resurfacing in Africa. And why is the military regime resurfacing in Africa? It's resurfacing in Africa because of bad governance. It's resurfacing in Africa because of the pride of politicians. It's resurfacing in Africa because of hunger and poverty. We saw it in Burkina Faso. We saw it in Mali. We saw it in Niger. And just yesterday, we saw another one in Gabon. Are we saying that military want to take over Africa completely? Is because of what Amilcar Cabral said, where he said that a bird that stays too long on a tree will invite a stone. African leaders, democratic leaders, have stayed too long on the tree of corruption. They have stayed too long on the tree of bribery. They have stayed too long on the tree of misconduct. They have stayed too long on the tree of every form of inefficient act that makes the ordinary people poor and makes their life miserable. Check most of the hospitals we have as a nation. It was during the military regime. We check most of the roads we have today. It was during the military regime. Check most of the universities we have today. It was during the military regime. So my advice to African government and African democratic government is they must do everything they can to ensure that life becomes better for the ordinary man on the street. Else, I fear for Africa. Else, I see more military occupation of Africa. But if this must stop, then democracy must truly be the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And how will this stop? Let's provide good governance mechanism. Let's try to boost our economy. Let's try to ensure that ordinary people are involved in the government by creating an enabling environment. And once that is done, you'll find that different countries will appreciate their leaders and the military will not have a smooth sail when it comes to military takeover. And I strongly believe that if this is done, Africa will be a safe haven because we have all the human and material resources needed. And at the end of the day, we will surely become the giant of Africa because all that has ever been, all that is, and all that will ever be is a function of our mind power given to us by the Creator to make our society a better place to live in. I am Comrade Ibadin John, bringing you the program Voices for Sane Minds.